trees, the ocean waves, the laid-back vibe and the palm trees. Goa, for many, is just not a tourist destination. It is an emotion. Foreign nationals and Indian tourists every year look forward to spending their time, their weeks, their days in Goa. Goa, which started off from a place in the 1960s offering a laid-back vibe with the mix of the culture of Portuguese and Goan, with a touch of modernity and a nightlife experience, is now one of the most preferred, desired vacation places for many travelers and people across the world. What we see in Goa is a blend of the Goan culture and many who want to have the time of their lives to make the unforgettable memories and also to chill by the beach. While so much has changed from the 1960s to many years also following up in the 1980s when the peak of tourism boomed in Goa, what really happens as we see in the wake of a tragedy, a horrific fire tragedy that has gripped the state, the party state, and claimed the life of 25 people. Let's go and speak to many foreign nationals and Indian tourists of how they feel about Goa and if they feel safe in planning to visit to Goa.
CNN News 18 found out if Goa is still considered to be safe to party or visit during this tourist season.
The Babbar beach that I am at, many foreigners and the foreign nationals have started enjoying the holidays, and joining me in fact are some of the visitors as well. Hi.
Hi.
Here at the Babbar beach, how are you liking the holiday season?
Very beautiful sea and happy people without we.
Right, I've visited Goa many years, and I have to say that this year there's a big improvement. The beaches are a lot cleaner, the sea's cleaner, and I'm very impressed with it actually, because in the past it's not been good.
But have you heard anything in the recent time in the news about how the fire has happened in Goa? Have you read about it?
Oh yes, that was dreadful. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, I was very sad to hear about that.
Yeah.
These things happen all over the world at all times, disasters, and you know, you cannot prevent them. Sometimes they happen and it's a terrible, terrible thing. But it's something that you can't live in fear. To live in fear is very negative. You know, we have to live with positivity.
How do they feel being here, Lee?
You know what? It's really good to be in the sun, beach between my toes, and I'm a sea person, so this is just, I feel quite recharged, feeling good.
Do you feel connected?
Yes, connected back to a bit of me. You know, I've been traveling in there for 2 months now, and it's been a beautiful experience. But coming back to the ocean is like, oh yeah.
Okay, but you told that this is your first time being here?
In Goa, or in India, yes, and Goa. We've only been on the beach 10 minutes and already feeling good.
Feeling
Sun
good.
in my face, yeah.
This is indescribable once you feel it directly. It's amazing. It's first time in Goa, first time on the beach. It feels great.
It feels great.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. Peaceful, recharging, repairing. It's just what every human needs. When the soul is ready, will not be affected by this type of information that flows with media or anything else. The soul will just go with its own flow. And my recommendation for everyone is to just transcend the external information and become brave and go whatever they feel like something is pulling them to be there. Be it with Indian hearts. India has so much to offer. It's immeasurable beauty. I think this is the heart of the world. I will actually throw an invitation for the world's citizens just to come experience this. This is immeasurable amount of beauty that this place can offer. Thank you so much.
Let me also ask you, why do you guys think the nightlife has sort of been reduced? Are you aware of anything?
I think the fire happened a couple of weeks ago, which is really sad.
What do you know about it?
Just bad construction is what I've heard.
Yeah.
But yeah, but also not just that, but I think just generally there's less people out and about. There's not as much of an atmosphere as there was 2 years ago.
Okay.
In my opinion, I think.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Like, I got a message from my family because the news reached England as well very quickly, saying, "Are you safe?" It's like we heard everything that happened.
If people ask you about, whether they should be visiting Goa, because I'm sure that people who are in France, if they know that you're in Goa, they would have a word with you before coming, at least if they're connected to you. Then what would you answer them? What would you think and what would you say to them about Goa, safety, concerns, fun, nightlife, anything?
I would say that Goa is a very beautiful place where you have many opportunities to meet people, and a lot is going on because it's developing and it's booming. But once again, it's a country in which you have full responsibility, so you have to be very careful about how you ride, how you go out, like maybe don't go out at night alone as a woman, like always keep this kind of safety cues in your head, because here you have to be more responsible than in a European country maybe. But overall, I feel very safe here.
As a woman and as a tourist as well.
Yes, so far yes.
You feel confident about coming back here whenever you have a chance?
Yeah, of course, yeah, and I hope so. I the sky.
Okay.
For me, it's a very beautiful opportunity. I learned a lot because it's a different culture as well. So every day is very enriching to see how people live here, their traditions. Even though it's very touristic, there is still a culture, a Goan culture. And this I enjoy very much, and it makes every day very exciting.
And you like bonding with the community here?
So much. At my place in the yoga center, there are almost 30 people working, Indian staff, local staff. And now every day we are connecting stronger with the families also, and this is very nice. And I'm trying to learn a bit of the language and to understand how they behave, and this is very rich. I love it.
That's great.
Yeah.
One word for Goa.
One word for Goa? I would say magical.
Really?
Magical because the lights, the colors, everything is a bit like a cast, a spell that has been casted on you. There is something magic about that place. You can't really explain it because you have so many beautiful places in the world, but here there is something that, what's the English name for that? When you are under
What
a
do you
spell?
call magical in French?
Envoûtant.
Negligence at a nightclub at the Birch by Romeo has cast a massive impact on the Goa's growing and also increasing hospitality and tourism sector. With the state now and the political leadership under the immense pressure of taking the accountability of the 25 deaths, which in fact also included 4 tourists as well, is grappling with the stress. Now the foreign nationals in Goa ahead of the tourist season visibly seem excited. But the Indian tourists are in a state of concern. While we speak to them, they have expressed concern and also the concerns rising over safety and many protocols. You guys must have learnt about what has happened in Goa about the fire tragedy. So before coming here, did you do your research as well about if at all now it's safe to go there?
Yeah, we did our research about the clubs and all. We heard that the clubs are closing by 10 p.m. So we actually didn't want to go for clubbing and all. We are came here for the beaches. So that's it. Like, we're enjoying our vibes here.
But are you afraid, or do you feel afraid about the fact that there could be any one of you over there who have lost their lives?
Probably I didn't imagine myself in that situation, to be honest.
We usually don't go clubbing and all.
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, पर इस साल लास्ट ईयर कंपैरिजन थोड़े टूरिस्ट कम लग रहे हैं कि क्या रीजन है. No, it's not good.
There are huge concerns about the flouting of norms. You being there and you being obviously like a part of this state, what were the thoughts that you had on that incident?
See, like my mother said, like anything can happen anywhere. So like we shouldn't live in fear first and foremost, but like we shouldn't also like be ignorant about the fact that this all things happen. So like from my concern, I'm just concerned about my family and stuff. So I would just encourage them to stay safe and all of that, and wouldn't worry too much about what could happen and what.
I mean, we'll definitely check like everything is okay, and like people would have gone the day before as well, right? So I mean, you'll have some idea if everything is fine. So I mean, yeah, and at the Goa goal is to enjoy, right? So
Okay.
माहौल मतलब ऐसा था ना, हमारे फैमिली में भी ऐसा था कि वहाँ पे ऐसा हुआ है, सब बंद हो गए, सब मतलब इतने लोग मरे, तो हम लोगों को बोला था अभी मत जाओ फिलहाल, थोड़े दिन आराम से बाद में जाओ, बट हम लोग बोले नहीं, हम जाएंगे और घूम के आएंगे, और जो सीजन है वो हम लोग करके आएंगे, एक्सप्लोर करके आएंगे हम लोग।
तो आप लोगों को ऐसा टेंशन नहीं था कि फैमिली है, बच्चे हैं, सेफ्टी है, फायर, रेस्टोरेंट?
वो सब हमने पूरी इंक्वायरी निकाल के सब देख के उसके बाद में हम लोग ऑनलाइन भी निकाली, कुछ दोस्त यहाँ पे हम रहते हैं उनसे इंक्वायरी निकाली, उनसे पूछा, उन्होंने बोला कोई टेंशन नहीं, आप बिंदास आओ, बट तो भी सेफली फैमिली के हिसाब से आप रहो। बाकी तो हमको यहाँ पे अच्छा लगा, कोई अनकंफर्टेबल नहीं लगा।
But here is what the data says. The tourism industry in Goa employs more than a third of the state's population and even contributes over 16% to the state's GDP. In the aftermath of one of the worst fire tragedies to have hit the coastal state in a span of over 6 decades since its liberation, there's a visible grief and anger among the tourism industry. TTAG President Jack Sukhija has even called out the entry of private owners from across the country into Goa without complying with regulatory norms, worrying.
Joining me for a detailed conversation is the Travel and Tourism Association Goa President, Mr. Jack Sukhija. So thank you very much for speaking to us. As Goa prepares itself for the holiday season, and amid all of this, a very massive shadow has been cast on the hospitality sector at large by this very horrifying incident. How do you think that this impact is going to be largely at the touristy season, where Goa usually is very much crowded during this time by visitors from across the country?
First of all, I think what has happened has been an absolute tragedy. It's very, very horrifying that 25 people lost their lives in a fire in Goa. God forbid this should never have happened in Goa, and it's something that we really feel sorry and sad about. But as we look ahead for the season, the question now pertains to what do we do going ahead. And I think the government has taken a number of steps with joint enforcement committees coming in with fire protocols to be enforced. Inspections are going on. And we are hopeful that, our thing in the industry for a long time has been, there have been quite a few rotten apples who have come into the system. And this has largely happened post-COVID because certainly everyone made a beeline to Goa because they found Goa was one of the places where the quality of life was still there. You were not getting strangulated. And with that came a new lot of businesses who thought they could flout the law. And land prices went up, all sorts of entertainment options started coming in, regular players got squeezed out. And this was the system could just not keep out willingly or unwillingly against what happened. So this tragedy in some ways is a wake-up call, and hopefully we are able to get our things in order. But this investor class now comes in, invests huge sums, looks at returns, having huge massive spaces, and they play music throughout the year. Which again disturbs the entire piece of the locals. Not that it was not being disturbed earlier, but there was some control because you belong from the same community and there was a conversation, which is not happening now. And because a lot of these work in the grey zone, whatever, there has been a lot of that, economy where the regulations are not proper and shortcuts have been taken. Like what happened here, where we saw there were no proper fire exits and fire exits for this establishment. So I think especially when it comes to health and safety, the government should be very strict and see that all these things are put in place.
What at general do you think should be improved while we say that this is also one of the causes why we witness many such businesses operating and then potentially risking the lives of the people as well, who are of course from outside the state?
So one of the demands of the association for a long time has been is to have proper for nightlife, to have beyond a certain point of time, because of the sound laws, that nightlife be allowed inside. Indoors and so on, but they should at the same time be with proper fire protocols and things like that. Like I think this incident largely took place because the flare went out of control on material which was not fire resistant, and there were no proper exits. Our thing is that there should be zoning and there should be certain guidelines which I think the rest of the world has also adopted, which we put into place.
But here's the other side. Goa wasn't always about just the party experience. In conversation with a veteran industrialist and a former member of the TTAG, Mr. Ricardo Pinto Rebello, he explained where things started to go wrong.
When we speak of Goa now as compared to what we have grown up or people before me have seen Goa as, there is a stark difference. It's in the nature of how it has somehow fallen in the category of a destroyed beauty, a place which has now been too much into the hands of the private investors. And specifically when we talk about this in the time of a tragedy that had put a huge dent on the tourism sector in Goa, how do you look at, the present state which is preparing for the tourist season?
See, tourism in Goa started in the 60s, mid-60s, with the hippies coming here. Why do they choose Goa? There are beautiful beaches all along the west coast. In Maharashtra, in Karnataka, you don't need to go far, there are beautiful beaches. But what made Goa special? It was basically the people. The people spoke with their heart. They treated their visitors with warmth, and the hippies also responded, and they lived with nature. Then in the early 80s, we had the Chogam, the Commonwealth head of government meet in Goa at the Taj here. It was in 82. That also put Goa on the map. And then soon after that, we had the charters. In the 90s, we had the charters. The profile turned around a bit, but everything was centered around Goan hospitality. People just wanted to please our guests and give them the best experiences.
Okay.
But however, of late, I hope it's only a hiccup, but of late, most of the players here are talking with their bottom line in mind.
And that is?
Yeah, and that is really sad, because when you look at money, then the hospitality part goes for a toss. And then it looks like the touts come in, then these illegal fly-by-night operators come in, and that is where the problem lies. Also, I have not bribed anybody, but I hear from my fellow entrepreneurs that today everything has a price. I'm sure if our Chief Minister and the political leadership takes a very stringent view of implementing and enforcing the law, things can go back to normal and we can thrive as a hospitable people and a hospitable place and a beautiful place.
The situation only worsened as more nightclubs were built illegally. Till 2020, Goa had 20 nightclubs, and now it has over 200, with most of them built while flouting norms. As the panchayats who grant the license to these nightclubs are under the scanner for issuing licenses to establishments without a proper NOC, Joseph, who's the Sarpanch of the Kalangut village panchayat, adds to it.
This is the aftermath in where we are looking at many documents saying that the licenses for this place where 25 people were killed, that was issued by the village Sarpanch, by the panchayat. And if the licenses were issued, then how could in fact this place be also taking out activities that were illegal in the nature?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for taking me on your channel, madam. And I really, I say heartfelt sympathy to all the families who have lost their lives. And now, as you asked me some certain questions, yes, different panchayat has different rules, different secretaries are there, different sarpanches are there. So what they do is that they are working in their style. Like in Panchayat, Kalangut Panchayat is quite different. Now this thing has happened in Arpora Panchayat. Now Arpora Panchayat, the Sarpanch has given them the license of a certain thing, bar, restaurant and a nightclub. But in Kalangut, we never give for a nightclub, we always give for a restaurant, madam. In my village, there is a, per se, say that Tito's is running. Till 11 o'clock, you shut the music. We can't say that because we have given restaurant license till 11 o'clock. Then the excise department gives the license till 4 o'clock. Then they say that okay, this is not my duty. We are not selling food. We are giving drinks till 4 o'clock in the morning. Then what happens, ma'am?
Okay, but the panchayats can take cognizance of the irregularities or maybe the flouting of norms and can take it to the complaint, the person who needs to be complained about.
That's right, madam.
But in this case, this did not even happen.
Yes, that is what we can do, madam. Again, the town and country planning, if it is not in CRZ, it is outside CRZ, then the town and country planning says that the panchayat should take action against it. Right? But since this is in CRZ, the panchayat has no powers to take action in these matters. Now this thing has happened. That's why our eyes opened. I want to be very frank because I don't want to shy away from the law. We got up and then the members said that it is wrong on our part that they didn't give all the licenses. Now we have issued them a show cause notice. The procedure has to be made within 3 days. Some of them have given, some of them have not given. So our 23rd is our meeting again. We will be placing it before the body. If it is right, then we will say that if it is not right, if it is illegal and all that stuff, then we will seal the premises.
As the year comes to an end, Goa in the first 9 months of 2025 has recorded a record high number of the tourists visiting the state. As per the government data released by the Department of Tourism, a record number of 77 lakh tourists this year in the first 9 months has been recorded. And 95% of that is the domestic traveller. A significant surge in the international travellers this year has also been recorded. Even during the COVID-19 pandemic time, when international travel was shut, a huge number of domestic travellers arrived in Goa, recording 33 lakh in number in 2019. Goa, which has endured a journey long that of resilience, now faces serious concern increasing to prioritize safety and high-value experience. As the elections are upcoming in Goa next year, the question for the coastal state remains: will it be able to reclaim its identity of that of a pearl in the Orient or not?